What is up? All right, we are back. Today we are going to be focusing on, just make sure my volume and everything is good. Check it, check it, check, check. Yep, looks all right. All right, today we're getting back in it. The idea of today is thinking about customizing tiles. So if you remember from my last session, tiles are what you use to create the background. All right, so what you're walking on, what your walls are, stuff like that. I wasn't super satisfied with some of the tiles that I made in my maze game. So I'm going to go back in and we're going to work through how to create your own tiles. So if you don't like the pre-made tiles and you want to make your own, that's kind of what we're going to be looking at. So anytime you open up your past projects, it's going to start playing the game in the left here. You can pause it, which is what I'm going to do because it's on a time limit. So anytime that time runs out, it's going to make an obnoxious noise. And I don't want that. So I'm just going to hit stop and make sure that that's not playing while I'm working on my game. All right, so we have our tile map here. All right, and to edit that, we're going to click in it and it's going to pull up our big tile map. Looks like a piece here got deleted. So we can start with that piece. If you want to make your own tile map, if you remember in gallery, you have different options. There's forest, there's aquatic, there's dungeon, there's all kinds of stuff. We were working in forest to create this tile map. So I accidentally deleted this one. If I wanted to make this into my own, I would click on my tiles and I would click this little plus button right down here in the corner to create my own. All right, and it's going to pull up a blank canvas. So if we go back, I'm going to hit done just so we can look back. The background that is currently in there is kind of like a dirt with a grass ring around the top. That's cool, but say I wanted to add, I don't know, like a boulder or some moss or something in there. Whatever. I don't know what you want to add, but you want to add something, and so the big thing to remember about tiles is that they need to feed into the tile that's next to them or they're going to look out of place. So like all of the shrubs, they're around them is the same color as the background of the tiles, the dirt tiles that are around them. If I wanted to make one that sat in here, I would need to make sure that the top of the tile is green so that it lines up with this moss. And then the inside of it is this kind of dirt color so that it matches up with that. I'll do examples of both so that you can see what they look like. So I click in plus, I start a new one, and then I believe that this little brown color is sort of the background they're using. So if you click fill and you click in it, it'll fill the whole thing with that one color. And just with that, I'll click done, and you can see now if I drop that one in there, it kind of fits in, but it doesn't have any detail. But you can see that it kind of blends into the right and left and top of it in a way that is kind of seamless. So it looks like it fits in there. If I were to say, I'm going to delete that one, start a new one. If I were to make it purple, for instance, oops, do the fill. If it was purple and I put that in, click it, click in here, that looks really out of place. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. You want to make sure that if you're trying to make a cohesive scene, that the tiles, the pixels on the left, right, top, and bottom match up with the tiles that are around it. Say, for instance, though, that you don't, like this portal, you want it to stand out because that's our starting point. So you want to make it distinct from the area around it. Hope that makes sense. I'm going to keep moving. We'll remove it. Cool. All right, so add one. So we're going to start with this kind of dirt color. And then I think within that they had like purple little rocks. So I'm going to draw a couple purple rocks in here. I guess these are rocks. These are more like stars or something. Anyway, get creative with it. What does a rock look like? You tell me. And then I believe it also had maybe some dirt color specks in there. I could be wrong. I guess we'll see when we load it up. All right, so that should match up with what's to the right and left of it. So now, oh, I was wrong. It was light color. Anyway, I'll click on that and I'll poop it in here, and you can see it kind of fits. So I definitely didn't have the right colors. And this is a good way to do it. You just click on it, test it, you know, and then if you want to work back in it, this one right here under My Tiles is an edit. So you click that and it'll pull up the other ones. So I don't think that they have the colors that were in there, which is doo-doo. So we're just going to have to make ones that are kind of close, I guess. Maybe this is a closer color. So instead of that dark purple, we have a light purple. Click done. Check back in. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. It doesn't have any of the darks. Maybe that's white. Let's try that out. So instead of these dark guys, we'll poop in some white ones. Click done. Yeah. All right. So we've got most of the colors right. And now it's slightly different, but it definitely blends into the right and the left. But you'll see up at the top, there's a gap now in the grass. So I'm going to go back in and add grass along the top. And it looked like it was kind of drooping down. I think a cool thing about pixel art is you can get kind of loose with it and it will still fit in. So click done. All right, that's starting to blend in, but there's also some dark stuff underneath it. So I'm going to go back in and add, I think it was this color, to add a little bit of shadow and texture into it. Something like that. Cool. So that looks like it blends in pretty well. So that is like a quick way to kind of edit in your own ideas of what a new tile should look like. The other thing I wanted to make now is, so down here at the end, I couldn't find the right one. Oh, here's a good thing. So I've made this top tile now. If I click down here, you'll see that the grass is up top instead of on the bottom, so it doesn't fit. So you would need, if you wanted to make your own personal tiles in here, make sure you make ones that go, if you look back at gallery, they have ones that go all the way around in a square. So you have a middle square, and then all the borders, and then things that can fit kind of in between, so they don't quite add up directly with the scene that, or the tiles that were around it. So you can have a little like grassy patch or something. So say I wanted to make just a strictly grassy patch now that's still kind of lined up with that. That's what I'm going to work on now. I'm kind of rambling, but I'm just trying to stay conversational as I work through. Hopefully you all enjoy that. All right, now I have a grassy spot. So maybe I want, let's see. Yeah, maybe it's like a little grassy knoll, but still I want it to fit in around the other ones. So I'm going to drop a little bit of this dirt texture around so that it kind of looks like it fits within that. And what I'm doing by no means is the only way to do this. So definitely get creative in how you customize your own things. Add a little white because there were a couple little white specks in the other one. And then a little bit of shadow texture would be nice. I think generally in pixel art, you put the shadow in like the bottom of it because the idea is that light is always coming down, top down. But, you know, have fun. Make it your own. Why not? All right, let's see how this looks now. So now I have a little grassy patch, and I could probably poop that in somewhere around here. Yeah, look at that. Little grassy knoll areas that fit kind of in the middle. All right, the last thing I'm going to make is my end piece. I want like a portal to get us out of here. So we'll create a new one. And we want this one, unlike the other ones, to really sort of stand out from the rest. So things that you can have in your tile map are probably either things that you're walking on, things that you run into, so your walls, so you want those to look distinct from the floor tile map. And then I would say doorways or portals are the last thing. So a doorway could look like a simple door, or a portal, or a ladder. Let's make ours, like a stairway that goes down. So like the idea of this would be like you're in one level of a dungeon, and when you get to the end of this maze, you're going to go down the stairs into whatever cavern lays below it. So I want it to look like it fits in. So I'm going to go back and look. So the bottom needs to be this grass. The side needs to be this dirt color, and then the rest I'm going to try to make look like an illusion of stairs going down. So I'm going to click in this tile map again, go to edit. So I know that the bottom needs to be grass, right? Because that's what the bottom looks like. And their grass has got kind of little specklies along it. And then I know that this side needs to be dirt so that it fits in with the other one. I'm going to guess probably the top should be dirt too. Maybe this side. Again, we'll click back and forth. We'll toggle back and forth to see what works best. We'll add a little shading in here. Cool. All right, then I want to make the illusion of stairs. So I need a dark color that we're going to be receding into. So I'm going to go to fill and do a dark blue. And then what color would the stairs be? Let's say it's going to start. Ooh, crap. So I accidentally filled it in. Remember, you can always click down here in the bottom right to undo. I want a pencil tool, and it's going to start as this sort of dirt floor, I think. And then it'll go into this dark brown, maybe, as a stair. I think, here's a note for them, and I don't know if there's a way to do this. They need more colors over here. So if you know the folks at Microsoft that run this, send them a little message from me that we could use. Oh, you know what? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make them purple because there's 3 different shades of purple that I see. It's also 3 different shades of blue, blue, green. But so we're going to start with the lightest purple. And then we're going to go down. Whoops. Undo. Oh, I can just fill it. So anytime you have a solid block and you want to change it, use the fill tool. And then the last stair is going to be nice and a dark purple. Let's see how this looks. Does this look like stairs going down? Maybe to really sell the illusion, we add a little shadow to the inside. Maybe under each stair, in between each one is, no, I don't like that. Anyway, you can always remember, test it as you go, just adding a little detail so it kind of blends in. Done. Let's see if that looks like stairs. All right, so I would say in this one, this framing around it looks really kind of wonky. So I think I'm just going to get rid of it on the left side. Make the stairs go all the way in. See how it kind of really frames it out in a way? I don't really like that. So I'm going to delete that side and make it look a little more seamless. So go back into edit. And we got this purple that goes all the way out. This purple goes all the way out. Maybe delete this one. This purple goes all the way out. And then the black goes up and down. I feel like this is too bright. So maybe it's just going to be 2 stairs? No. All right. I know what I can do. So another trick is called dithering. So if I have two stairs, two shades, and I want it to make it look like three shades. So let's say I have this purple. See, I think this purple is too bright. So I'm going to use the other two. But say I want to have a middle ground stair. So now I have just one and two colors, but I want a third one that fits kind of in between them. You can do what's called dithering, which is where you do basically an every other or polka dot kind of situation. And optically, so a way that I perceives that, so remember you're looking at pixels right now, undo that. Up close, when you remove or push it farther back, these should kind of blend together. So that now is going to look like we have three different shades and we only have two different colors. I don't know if that makes sense to you. We can do the same thing up here with the black. Anyway, I don't know if this is actually going to work, but let's see. Done. Yeah. So that kind of looks cool, right? Looks like you're receding now into, doesn't really look like stairs, it looks like a slope, but I kind of like it. All right. I think we're pretty early. No, we're about 10 minutes out. That's kind of all I had for today. So this is all about customizing your own tile map to make what is existing. And what I like about this is that you can use all of these pre-made ones, right? So set up the majority of your map using pre-made ones, and then you can make it yours, make it feel like yours by customizing certain tiles within it so that you've added your own little stank to it, your own spin. I'm pretty happy with how that went. If you think I didn't cover something, definitely in our go to our Padlet and ask me a question under live stream questions right here. So I'll put a thing in live team or design team live stream, and I'll say like, did you have any questions from today? And then hit add comment and say, yes, I had a question today. You didn't cover nearly enough material. And I can make a video that explains more, or we can work in office hours to work through your problems. But yeah, definitely go in here and add some comments so we know how we're doing and what more we can do. Cool. Hope you all had fun today and learned something new. If there are more techniques you want to learn about pixel art and kind of creating scenes within your game, let me know. I'm certainly happy to work through it with you. Yeah. Adios, mon frères. Ending stream.